Welcome back to another Let's Trek Together video. This is going to be a different video than our normal vlog. Molly's currently not here right now, it is just me. And I wanted to make this video to reflect on our first 2 months of teaching abroad. And I want to talk about a topic specifically that I don't think gets addressed enough. And that topic is travelers should stop romanticizing teaching abroad. If you are new to the channel, welcome. We are a couple from the United States, specifically the state of New Jersey, and we thru-hiked the Appalachian Trail last year, decided that we wanted to make another big leap in our life, and somehow found ourselves over in Seoul, South Korea, teaching English abroad for the next year. We finished thru-hiking the Appalachian Trail back in the United States in October of 2020, and within 4 months, secured our visas, got our TEFL certifications, and got jobs, flew over to South Korea, and have been here since February of this year. So just like everyone these days, before coming to Korea, I needed to do research. And my research, like everyone does, is YouTube, to see what other English teachers' experiences were. What I started to realize once I started going down the rabbit hole of teaching abroad on YouTube was these English teachers were only showing me 5% of their life, just like the rest of social media. And I think people tend to distort that 5% with reality, with 100% of their life. And I just want to talk today about what the 100% is like, and that it is a job, and this isn't just traveling. So just a disclaimer before I jump into the actual topic. Every single person's experience is going to be different, and just because I'm having some critiques on teaching abroad does not mean that our experience in South Korea has been anything less than awesome. So let's just jump right into the topic. The first thing that I want to address is I think people tend to associate teaching abroad with traveling abroad, and those are two very different things. I'm sure you've seen other videos where English teachers have talked about how teaching in a different country is more work than they initially anticipate, and those videos are absolutely correct. It seems like everyone thinks that they'll have the weekends to soak up the entire culture of a country, but think about the weekends back in your home country. Do they feel like a vacation, or does it feel like playing catch up for the rest of the week? I'm not saying that you can't see a lot of things in a 2-day weekend. I mean, Molly and I have been able to experience so much in the city of Seoul in just these 2 months, but I would definitely lower your expectations on being able to travel wherever and whenever you want. To stay on the topic of working, this is a job. Is it a difficult job? I guess that depends on your private school, your hagwon, your public school. Overall, it's not a super physically or mentally taxing job. However, a full-time job is a 40-hour-a-week job, and you're dedicating Monday through Friday every single week to this job, especially if you're teaching in a country like Japan or Korea, somewhere in Asia. The work environment expects you to care 110%. So if you are not really sold on the idea of teaching, you probably shouldn't even think about teaching abroad. Think about it, 40 hours a week is 25% of your life. That means if you hate teaching, you're gonna hate 25% of your life. That doesn't sound like a good reason to leave your own country. Next, to get off the topic of actually working, if you are already fetishizing a different culture back in your home country, I would personally recommend thinking twice about trying to come to this country. More specifically, right now there's a big Korean fad going on in the United States. A lot of people are obsessed with K-pop and K-dramas, and I see a lot of foreigners coming over to Korea thinking that they're gonna live their K-pop and K-drama dreams over here, and it doesn't really feel like a good enough reason to me to uproot your life and come to a brand new country. To me personally, it feels slightly disrespectful to that country you're going to. I mean, a country is so much more than the media consumption. The culture, the food, the ideas, the places you get to see. You should be coming to a country because you want to soak up the entire culture, not just the media. Finally, I think people tend to have this idea that moving to a different country will fix them, or they will discover themselves. And I never want to discourage anyone from stepping outside of their comfort zones. That's an amazing thing to do, and I actually really encourage it. But I will warn you that's putting a lot of pressure on a different country to fix you. Also, if you're going in with expectations that the new country has to give you a better experience, you're already setting up that country for failure. All it takes is a few bad days or a few awkward events for you to equally hate the place you're living in. That's an idea I think a lot of foreigners can relate to, and I don't know if it's addressed a lot, so I thought it was important to talk about. Now on the flip side, there are a lot of reasons to teach abroad. Number one, you're saving a lot of money, especially if you're in a country like South Korea. You can pocket more than half of what you earn, whether you have to pay off student loans from home, whether you just want to save money, maybe you're not great with money management and you need a way to introduce money into your life. It's a really good learning curve and adjustment with the money you're making. Number two, you get to experience a whole new culture, and I think that's so important for everyone to experience at least once in their life. Step outside the bubble of your own country. See what the other side of the world thinks, how they feel, how they interact with each other. It's so cool to just understand Korean culture, even though I've only scratched the surface with it. Really understand what drives them, what makes them happy, what makes them sad. Because a lot of times it's the same as Americans, and a lot of times it's very different than Americans. Number three, and it ties into number two, it gives you perspective of your own country and a broader perspective of the world. And like I said in number two, that's so important. And for me personally, it really makes me love and miss my home country for many reasons. There are a lot of things I love about Korea, and there's a lot of things I love about America. And being away from America, it's really given me this sense of American pride. And I never really had that when I was living in America. So it's great from both ends. I get to love living in South Korea, and I get to be excited to go back to America all at the same time. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it was helpful. Even if it wasn't helpful, I hope that you enjoyed listening to my inner thoughts come out. If you guys have any questions related to teaching abroad, hagwons, life in Korea, or anything about South Korea, feel free to reach out to this account. We would love to be able to answer any questions. I'll also link all of our social media down below in the description. If you want to follow us, that would be awesome. If you want to reach out to us on those accounts, if it would be easier, feel free to do that. Again, I don't want to discourage anyone from teaching abroad. It's an amazing experience, and I recommend everyone do it. But I hope that this video allows you to go in with a more level-headed expectation of what it's going to be like. It's your life to live, your choices to make, and I hope that you have a life full of adventure and rich experiences. Until next time, guys, let's trek together.